welcome to Revsportz. We're counting down to India versus Pakistan for the first time in the Asia Cup final in 41 years. Now, on-field rivalry stays, but off the field, the tensions are still pretty high. Boria, do you think the players will be feeling it? Only hours to go.
Yeah, each one of us are feeling it. I mean, each one of us are feeling it as we record this show the previous night from almost downtown Dubai. This is JLT. We are all feeling that this is a very different game. You know, we've also heard that there's no captain's photo shoot that will happen, not at the toss as well. The ACC hasn't requested India. There is enormous amount of tension. Questions are there. If India wins, will they accept the trophy from Naqvi? There's plenty going on, you know, as far as this final is concerned. We don't even know what will transpire. Will there be provocation for the fans? How fans will react? It will be a full stadium is all that we know. Recent times, as volatile a game as this, I don't remember. 2022 Melbourne was not like this, not as politically charged. 23 World Cup, not like this, not as politically charged. 24 America, not as politically charged, because this is against the backdrop of Operation Sindoor. So I think, Ashok, this is a very different cricket game that is happening here. All of the reference points are political, and that makes it a really tense atmosphere here in Dubai.
Oh yes, absolutely. I've been living in Dubai for 5 years and I've been going to a lot of matches. But I can tell you that all the friends that who I know are talking about the situation. It is tense. We keep saying on the Revsportz shows, it's reached a flashpoint, and we just hope that nothing untoward happens. The other point is that it's incredible when you think about it that India and Pakistan are going to face each other 3 matches in the course of 2 weeks, and yet it seems like the tension is at a high for the match tomorrow, which is strange, but that's the way it is. We just hope that everyone is safe and we get to enjoy a good grilling match.
Nagi, your thoughts? Are you tense? Are you nervous? What's going on? I mean, you asked the same question of us.
Yeah. I am nervous actually, a little bit, not about what is going to happen on the field. We all want to see a good game of cricket happening. We want to see respect on the field for each other, but also at the same time, I'm more scared about what could happen when the crowd is this emotionally charged. We're seeing that, after everything that happened in the last India-Pakistan game, it was clear that the Pakistan teams, there is a huge divide in the two fan bases, and it's right now really emotionally charged. It is very, the word that you use, it is politically charged at the moment. And it did not help that Mohsin Naqvi, as the PCB chief, as the Interior Minister Affairs Minister of Pakistan, and the ACC President put out those tweets. If you open the comment section and you see that there is a small population of the fan base that is saying that maybe Mohsin Naqvi shouldn't have done that. But apart from that, there are people supporting that sort of gestures, that behavior, which makes you think, is Mohsin Naqvi making it feel like it's okay to do all of this? So it did not help that Mohsin Naqvi went out and did that not only once, but twice.
You know what, that she started them? Yeah, Mohsin Naqvi, Interior Affairs. That was much like the Pakistan team in the power play.
That was pressure.
Yeah, no, that is Pakistan in the power play. Stop, stutter, wicket. 25 for 3 at the end of 6 overs. Jokes apart, there is a lot riding on this match also. A lot riding because the tensions are all extra extra cricketing tensions. Ashok, how does a team approach this? So for example, the question I'm asking is team talk. Team huddle, coach, captain. What's the address? This is a cricket game. What is the address? I mean, how does India kind of insulate themselves from this extra cricketing pressure, if I can call it like that?
I think as a coach, the primary message to give is that you've earned your right to come into the finals, right? And focus on winning that finals as if the rest of it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who the opposition is. It doesn't matter what the politically charged environment is. It doesn't matter whether a press conference has been held, not held. It doesn't matter what the social media posts are there. Finally, what counts is how you go out there and give it your best shot to earn that trophy and take it back. I think that would be my primary message, saying that I would sum it up in terms of what has been the highlights, what has the team done right, what does the team need to focus on, how are things looking from a batting perspective, focus on the fielding, focus on the catching, which has been an issue, and get the players to really focus on the cricket. I think just to add to my point, the fact that Coach Morning Morkel said that today, they would actually give the players time out to spend time at the pool or get a massage done or spend time with the families is the other good thing to do, which is to say that, you've earned your right and therefore you can relax now. When it's time tomorrow for the match, just go out and give it your best shot.
Your thoughts?
On?
This
Yeah.
whole, build up in a huddle. So when Gautam, addresses the huddle or Surya addresses the huddle, what is the talk like? What's the narrative that the leadership will set for the rest of the boys?
I think at this point, and going by the way that the management has handled it so far, I think the message is going to be focus on the cricket, focus on yourself. There will be things that will be done by the crowd. There will be provocation by the crowd. A lot of things. Anyone who's fielding at boundary, be it a Pakistani player, be it an Indian player, they will get to hear a lot from the outside. But the point is to just focus on your game. I think that's what the messaging is going to be. Yes, the tension will be high. Yes, the pressure will be high. But again, the process that we talk about, and the Indian management has been talking about that process. Ryan Doskate mentioned it multiple times in the press conferences that he came out in, that no matter what the opposition is doing, we want to focus on our process. We have some plans set when we go out there, and we want to focus on executing them rather than focusing on what the opposition is doing.
Ashok, there will be occasions in the game when Pakistan might just get a bit of control, like that day 90 for 1 of 10. And it will be essential to keep your calm because it will be a heavy crowd, it will be a vociferous crowd, a talkative crowd, a shouting crowd, and Pakistan or whichever team, India will assume control is well known. When something like that happens, a team gets off to a decent enough start, 10 overs, 90 for 1 Pakistan, India got it back. Do you reckon that's what sort of makes the division between the two teams, that India has the capability of pulling back from difficult situations? Sri Lanka 114 for 1, India comes back and wins the game. Pakistan 90 for 1, India comes back and wins the game. That's what differentiates this Indian side from the rest of the teams?
Oh, for sure. I think I would like to bring in the perspective. The role of the captain is very, very paramount. I thought we saw in the match against Sri Lanka where, Sri Lanka was away at a canter, scaling that mammoth total of 202, the highest total in the Asia Cup so far. What we saw Sky do was to go out there, stand up and actually get everyone to rally around. He marshaled the troops very well. He was visible. He was not, his shoulders were not sagging. He was visible. He was shouting instructions to the players. He was moving the players around. There was a plan when Arshdeep came on to bowl the second time, when Harshit Rana came on to bowl. I think there was a clear-cut strategy that they were employing, and not once did they let their shoulders droop. And I think that is a critical one when it comes to it. Also, the coach, Gautam Gambhir, came in at strategic interventions. We have seen it not just in the last match, but over the last 3 or 4 matches. He comes in. He ensures that he is putting his arm around the player, or he's giving them a word of encouragement, even if they have dropped the catches. I think it's critical to maintain that kind of motivation and morale when it comes to a match like this.
Unlike some of the other games, Gargi, where tickets were available till the very last day, 350 AED tickets, 700 AED tickets were available. As we do this show around 8 p.m. Dubai, as we record for all you guys, everything is now sold out, except couple of tickets in that hospitality domain.
Yeah.
Everything else is now sold out. So this is one of those games where the clamor, where you can understand, people have already started asking, do you have a 1 extra ticket? Do you have a 1 extra ticket? Does that kind of add to the pressure as well for the players and add to this entire build-up? And what do you reckon? Will it be a blue crowd? I mean, will Indians want to come and back this team more? What is your thought? Dubai generally has been an even crowd.
Yeah.
But do you think India will outweigh the Pakistan fans?
I'm not sure about that because there is still a huge chunk of the public that wants to boycott India-Pakistan matches still. So not sure whether or not the public will be 50-50 or there will be more Indian fans. I am hoping there will be more Indian fans just because they will then be able to go out there and support the team. But at the same time, if I go back to the first question that you asked, that this being a sold out crowd, does that put pressure on the Indian team or either teams? I don't think when it comes to the Indian team that they are bothered by the crowd now. They are experienced enough. They are such huge celebrities back home that I think now, if they are not able to deal with this, they will never be able to go up to that level. Which is why we're seeing, back home as well. When we talk about the IPL, even in Ranji games, there will be, if you are playing with a team that has a superstar, the stands will fill up. So I don't think crowd is something that, or rather, let's say a sold out stadium is something that the Indian team will feel pressured because of.
Kargi wouldn't remember, Ashok, but you and I, we've seen the 1999 played against the backdrop of Kargil in England. In 2003 played against the backdrop of Kargil in Centurion. Is this a kind of a follow-up in terms of political flashpoints? You reckon this is as intense, as charged, maybe even more, perhaps one of the most politically charged encounters that you and I remember?
Yes, I remember those instances of the Kargil war, but I would say that long after the Asia Cup 2025 is done and dusted, this will go down in the annals of cricketing history as a tournament that was met with surcharged emotions, a lot of noise outside, politically charged, as you said. I think this would probably rank as one of those, tournaments impacted by the noise, and it would rank right up there. Dubai typically has been the poster boy for cricket tournaments. The fans do come in even till the last minute. There's a lot of excitement that builds up. You get a good mix of blue as well as opposition. But, I think it gives them an opportunity to go out there and play in a manner where, you don't feel the weight of the fans' emotions bearing down on you. It gives you a very nice controlled environment. But the issue will be that they'll have to keep themselves mentally strong, given that anything can happen in a T20 match.
I want to ask you a question, and I want to ask, do you think the Pakistani players, the kind of theatrics that we've seen on the field, will the Pakistani players persist with that to try to maybe rile up the crowd or distract the Indian team?
If they're losing, yes. Certainly, yes. I mean, if they're under pressure, yes. Because that's their only way of trying to deflect from the difference in skill set. Because the Indians are skill-wise way better than the Pakistani team. Their only way will be to try and get under the Indian skin, rile them up, create some disturbance, get the fans in it and all of that stuff. I don't think the Indians are falling for it. Because the Indians will know that this is something that will be tried. The Indians will know that, at the boundary line or mid-pitch, altercation or some kind of interaction there, some words will be said, some abuse will be hurled. They know all of that. They will know a Haris Rauf will do it, like a Shubman Gill and Abhishek Sharma the other night. They will know that Sanju Samson will be given a send-off or things like that will happen. I don't think this Indian team is even going to be bothered by it. Pakistan might try it. Every time the Indians kind of take control, you might see some of that. But honestly, I think the Indians are way more professional. They will know what their job is. They will want to go and finish that job. And after they get that job done, don't be surprised if you see further of this escalation happen. Because I do think there will be plenty said, but only after the game is done.
Ashok, similar question to you. Last time around, you saw that Haris Rauf and Shaheen Shah Afridi were getting really verbal with Abhishek Sharma and Shubman Gill. And Abhishek Sharma, in that post-match presentation and press conference, came out and said that they were getting personal. They were coming on to me for no reason. And I wanted to give them back with the bat. Now, we know that the openers have the ability to do that. But are you again expecting a lot of verbal on the field?
Basically, she's also given you a matchup. Shaheen Afridi versus the Indian openers.
Absolutely. I think, given the overall situation and given that Pakistan will be under pressure, the moment they feel that they are slipping, they are going to try their tricks to try and get the batsmen or the bowlers unsettled. It is very likely to happen. I think initially when the opening combination of Abhishek Sharma and Shubman Gill go out, I think there is going to be an effort to unsettle them. The rivalry between Shaheen Shah Afridi and Abhishek Sharma is all out there. I'm sure that that's going to happen. But the point that we've been making over and over again is that India, in terms of a team, in terms of cricketing potential, way above any of the other teams. even in terms of handling these kind of pressures, way above the other teams. So I'm not really concerned. I think they are well equipped to manage that.
Boria,
By the way, no BCCI official is coming. No one is coming here. So India is taking this as a match finish, get done, go back. And that off the field battle with Naqvi and the Pakistan players are not, it's not over yet. So you will see that battle being fought at the ICC level in the boardroom. No Indian official is coming for this game is what we know. Photo shoot not happening is what we know. Tension simmering is what we know. Whether it will go off the boil or not, we have to wait and see. Gargi, what was the question you were asking?
final question to you, and then we can end the show. Because we were on that matchup thing, Shaheen Shah Afridi, as the tournament has progressed, he has also sort of settled in and gotten into his rhythm. What if you see the best version of Shaheen Shah Afridi tonight?
That's a very good question, and that's Pakistan's best hope. But I do think that Shaheen Shah Afridi's best is also not good enough for Pakistan, because India has batters who are capable of playing out Afridi or even counter-punching Afridi. And I want to see, unlike Bangladesh, India will counter-punch. And the moment India counter-punches, where does Afridi go from there? Will he be able to sustain the intensity? Will he keep coming hard? Will he bowl 140 plus, or will he succumb as well? Because India will not let Afridi settle. India will know that Afridi is the threat, and they will counter-punch. If you remember Australia versus India 2003, Australia counter-punched. They knew Zahir Khan is the threat, and they counter-punched. That's what you do. You counter-punch in a game like this, and you take control. That's what big games are all about. You come out aggressive. In football, you play high press. In cricket, you will try and do that. You will push Pakistan back. Imagine you get off to a flyer in a final, just like you've been doing in all these games. Half the job is done. Abrar will not have the same kind of impact. Saim Ayub will not have the same kind of impact like they did against Bangladesh. So India will have the bull by the horn. And if it comes to Pakistan to bat, India should unleash, except Fakhar, who will open. If India get Fakhar out early, all of a sudden you've got control. And that's what Jasprit Bumrah's job will be about. And I think India will be on song.
All right, on that note, we'll take your leave. Look out for the 3 p.m. video. We'll be back very soon, of course, ahead of the game, 5 at 5 live, and of course, the pre-match live show. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And thank you so much for joining.